Next, we will look at student groups. GoGuardian allows you to take your students into class and then separate them. You may do this if they're working on a project. You may use this to apply certain scenes to specific individuals. Notice that now I've added a second student to my class. From here, I can go to student groups and then create a custom group. The first thing you want to do is name your group. So I'm going to call this group restricted. Now I can start picking my students right away. So I'm going to take the first student, select the student, and now when I click create new group, it's going to automatically take that student, put them in that first group, and now I can go and rename the second one. So I'm going to call this one unrestricted. And I only have one remaining student, so I'm going to select that student, and then I'm going to click next. Now it's just showing me I have two groups that have been created. Now I'm going to name that group. Now for this, I'll just name it and say my class groups, but you can give it any name that you want. You're going to click save and create groups. Now notice it is broken up now. I have my restricted groups and then I have my unrestricted groups. If I wanted to start, I could select my restricted group, and this button here, this drop down here, will allow me to pick one of my scenes that I have created. So if I want to set this one to YouTube only, and now I'll come to the unrestricted one, and for this, I'll select YouTube and sports. Now again, I know the name says unrestricted, but this is just an example. So now that those scenes are set, I'm going to come over to my first user who's in the restricted group. You'll notice if I try to go to YouTube, YouTube is blocked. Now for my other student, I've blocked several websites. So now if I go to ESPN, ESPN is blocked for this student. Now for the unrestricted group, if I come back and I just disable the scene, the student can get out to ESPN. You'll see it reflect on the screen, while this one is still blocked. I can also complete actions for the whole group. So for this group, if I wanted to open a tab, I can click on it and select a website. So I'll just say philly.com here and then hit open tab. Now that website opens up here. I can make an announcement to the whole group, and I can exclude the group. Now, excluding the group actually means that anyone in that group will now be excluded from GoGuardian. I don't recommend this. You want to keep all your students enrolled in the session, but if for some reason you wanted to just take a portion of the students out of GoGuardian, you can click the exclude group, and then when you re-include, the students will start coming back into your session. If you want to take a student and move them to another group, you can simply click and drag to the top. Now, both students are in this restricted group, and this restricted group is YouTube only. So if I type in YouTube, you'll see it's blocked here. And if I do it for the other student, it will be blocked here as well. If I wanted to lock all of their screens, I can click on the group itself and then select lock and unlock devices. It'll show me exactly what students are being locked. I can type a message and click lock devices, and they will be locked for this group. And from here, I can unlock them individually, or I can unlock all of them together.